And there are a number of very interesting stories that are narrated regarding the relationship and the interaction and the meetings between the Holy 12th Imam and Al-Allamah Al-Hilli. In which way, one time Al-Allamah obtained the book that he was seeking and looking for a long time. But the person who gave him the book said, you only have it for one night. I need it tomorrow morning. And therefore at that time there were no photocopiers, there was no other way other than to copy the book. So Allama begins to write and write, but he falls asleep. He's tired. He wakes up in the morning at the time of Fajr. He recognizes that the book is complete, that somebody has written it. And he goes through the book and the copy, and he finds the last sentence in the copy. It says, completed by Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan. Yes. And then he begins to understand that it was what? It was the Holy 12th Imam. In another occasion, narrated by a number of ulama, this story, in one of his ziyaras to Karbala, Al-Allama says that I was traveling on my donkey and I came across a Bedouin, an individual who was walking. I began to talk with him. I recognized that he has much knowledge, that we began to discuss some complex jurisprudential areas until we came to a point of conflict, where he said, this is the ruling on this matter. I said to him, no. He said, yes. I said, why? He said, because you'll find the hadith in Sheikh al-Tusi's book, in this chapter, in this page, in this section. He says, at that moment, I began to think and wonder, could this be the awaited Savior? I looked at him and said, is it possible for us to meet the Holy Imam, the 12th? He said, when I asked him that question, I had a stick on my hand when I was riding the donkey. It fell on the ground. He said, that man picked up the stick. He placed it on my hand, then placed his hand on mine and said, his hand is on your hand. He said, I fell on the ground crying in disbelief. When I fell on the ground, I looked up and he was not there. Yes, this was an honor that Allama had, like so many others, to be able to be bestowed with the meeting of the awaited Savior, Ajjallahu ta'ala farajah.